Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is the final game of this best of 3, and it is the final game of the final quarterfinals of WCA. So yeah, the next series that I will cast will be the only game I have of the semis, and I don't even remember who it was between. That's a little embarrassing, but either way, we'll get to that fairly soon. So how should I do this? Should I do losers after that, or yeah, I will start the losers after that one semi-finals game. So yeah, there we have it. That's the format that I will be going for. Final game, here we go. In the bottom right we have WFZ winning in as the blue undead player. Once again, he will be facing against Inquisitive Hawk. I don't think he's called Inquisitive anymore. I think it's just Hawk. Spawning in as the light blue human player in the top left. The map is on Nomad Isles, so there we have it. Death Knight first, and a Tomb of Relics graveyard order. And I guess what's not broken, why fix it? Hawk once again goes for a Mountain King, but it's not only the reasoning, of him winning game 2. It's also like it's the reason of the map. Like Mountain King's usually picked on Nomad Isles as well. Doesn't mean Archmage isn't, but Mountain Kings do have a higher pick rate than other maps compared to this particular one. I don't know if that was phrased right. The Mountain Kings basically has a higher pick rate on this map compared to others. I think that's just how to explain that. We are going to have a mercenary camp start here. Pick up a Shadow Priest and maybe a Geomancer. Or at least I think a Geomancer comes out of here. There's the Shadow Priest. Yeah, we'll see. So for now, attempted creep jack, not quite on the money there for WFZ, but maybe he could try next time. I was actually a little worried about the Mountain King. He reached like red to dark orange regions of his health bar, but since he picked up the Parrot of Vitality, he will be able to tank a little more damage than normal Mountain Kings would. Tier 2 has just started for WFZ, and the first Crypt Fiend is in progress for him as well. Hawk, on the other hand, it does seem like he's wanting to go for an expand start once again. Yeah, no intention of ticking. I don't feel. And there we go. 5 militia moving out. Going on to the Dark Wizard camp? No, it's Renegade Wizard camp. Okay, Dark Wizard is at the Red Creep camp, so yep, try not to get confused. The wolf's actually dealing quite a bit of damage there, and well, thankfully wasn't killed off by the Death Knight, but the Death Knight had other plans, able to creep jack one of the other wizards. It's not a significant wizard, but at least it was a creep jack nonetheless. Constant militia switching here. Yeah, this is a bit of a difficult fight, especially since you're dealing with WFZ as well. Gloves of Haste has been dropped, not necessarily a what is it? How do I call it? A priority item there. Definitely claws, maybe some mana amplification is much more desired. Level 2 has been gained for the Death Knight as well. Parasite the Skeletons were able to pick up a couple of kills for themselves.
Players' forces are under attack.
So that's pretty good, but Hawk will be able to place down a couple of towers, and soon that expand Town Hall as well. Tier 2 is finished, and WFZ is going to clear out this green creep camp, able to pick up +2 agility. I guess added movement speed, and a little bit of added armor as well. You know, it's always interesting with this, the hero attributes, like,
A player's forces
breakdown.
are under attack.
It says every 3 points increases armor by 1, but he has 15 agility, and math should indicate he has 5 armor, but he doesn't. He has 4. It's always been curious to me. I know that the armor to agility ratio is not exactly correct. I might have to look into that later, but yeah, it's just weird to me. So far not much is happening. The expand has started.
Forces are under attack.
Hawk could obviously use a lot more to speed build. There we go. Lemon Mill is out. We don't have masonry upgrades just yet. Oh, this orange creep camp is being done already. So the Mistress of Pain, I think, is in this creep camp. I don't know, maybe it's another one. Either way, the filed interest will be left alone as level 3 has been gained for Hawk's Mountain King. He will lose a footman, but there's always losses in a war. And well, WFZ will pick up the Vile Temptress himself. Wand of Illusion has been picked up by the Death Knight. So I guess it's not as useful of an item, but it could be used for like scouting or creep tanking. Not sure about the creep tanking, if it's going to be utilized anytime soon. It's most definitely being used for scouting. Okay, Mountain King moving out with like a footman. I don't think that's the smartest thing that he can do. He needs to be really careful. If that Lich gets that level 2, the Mountain King could end up being dead. I'm surprised that WFZ went Frost Armor first, even though like the Mountain King has yet to, you know, prove himself to be that much of a threat. But yeah, that is going to end up happening. Tier 2 has started a little while, and Masonry Upgrades plus 1 is also in progress. The illusion has finally expired, and that leads to this Goblin Laboratory camp being started up by Hawk. Will it be cleared by Hawk? It does seem like it. WFZ is actually a little ways away from actually creep checking, so yeah, pretty much the entirety of the camp has been cleared out by Hawk. Mud Golem was picked up by the mercenary camp, but picked off by a mob of angry undead units there. Well, I'm not sure if it's angry the right word, more like bloodthirsty. They definitely like to get more kills under their belts. The Lich definitely would love that level 2, which he already is, so let's just ignore what I just said. There we go with another illusion, and is it going to be used for scouting again? It does seem so. Ogamola has been hired for Hawk. Stormbolt to pick up one of those Crypt Fiends, but thanks to the Death Coil, the very, very useful Death Coil, it will save the Crypt Fiend, even for a temporary, you know, duration. Dust Appearance was used to counteract the burrow of the Crypt Fiend, but nevertheless, Hawk is kind of suffering a couple of losses here. Definitely the Mountain King is failing to pick up as many kills as he usually does, and I guess that's just to be credited to the Frost Armor. Like, Frost Armor is deterring a lot of these melee units' DPS outputs actually pretty badly. Like, the Mountain King and the Footman are severely being affected by this particular ability.
player's forces are under
So
attack.
yeah, it is obviously like way more significant for the deep Mountain King as well, because like he kind of relies on his storm bolts to, you know, do incredible amount of damage. Not saying that like Bash doesn't do anything, or like yeah, his basic attacks, but like still Stormbolt is like the bread and butter of the Mountain King. Or at least the bread. I guess like Bash is butter. You guess what I'm trying to say here. Frost Armor is just making the Mountain King a lot harder to actually make things work. The experience will be used, that will be the final charge. Blood Mage comes out, and I was wondering when he would come out. He is definitely going to help the Mountain King quite a bit, as well, the Mountain King just needs as much mana as he can possibly get to, well, keep tossing out those Storm Bolts. Lich is finally out of mana, as well as the Death Knight. The Blood Mage needs to be a little careful himself. Try not to get picked off too quickly before recharging the mana bar of the Mountain King. Okay, so we've pretty much been at like Hawk space the entirety of the game. WFZ has just started tier 3. He is going to produce a couple of more meat wagons. The Blood Mage was taken down. I don't know how, but let's just assume it was the Nova Coil combo. Yeah, this is a bit problematic, but a Stormbolt to the back of the head we'll be able to pick up the Lich as well. So 1-for-1 trade there. A lot more significant for Hawk, as he did just kill a higher level second hero,
A player's forces
I believe.
are under
Yep,
attack.
much higher. And of course, like,
A
the
town
Lich
is
had
under siege.
invulnerability potion. He just didn't react fast enough, so ended up dying unnecessarily. But that's just how the game goes. Dark Wizard camp is, you know, being done by WFZ. What does a Dark Wizard drop? Who knows? Would be interesting to see. Right about now, it is going to be a Scroll of Restorations, so pretty much Scroll of Mana plus Scroll of Healing, like better. A lot more numbers than those other two. It's kind of like the Greater Healing Potion
A
and
town
Mana
is
Potion
under
and
siege.
the stones. It's kind of like that, I guess. Alright, this gold mine is being cleared out by Hawk. Oh, I actually went for a yawn. I do apologize about that. But yeah, we already have Spellbreakers out, so that might start like swinging this game towards Hawk's advantage. Like, the only problem I think Hawk had so far in this game was the Frost Armor. Like, despite the Frost Armor, he was able to pick up a couple of kills,
A player's
enough to get the
forces are
Mountain
under
King very
attack.
close to level 5. But yeah, once those Spellbreakers start increasing in numbers, they are going to rectify that one obstacle that WFZ has put between himself and Hawk. A bit of a problem. Hopefully a Scroll of Restoration is enough, but realistically it's most likely that
player's
like
forces
one
are under
of your
attack.
units is going to be bursted down, rather than a whole bunch of AoE from
A town is
your
under
opponent.
siege.
Castle Tick is once again on the way. We have yet to see what this Castle Tick actually leads into for Hawk, but of course I'm just assuming it's knights to deal with these Crypt Fiends. We do have a Banish Stormbolt combo, which is pretty cute. It is going to prevent those Crypt Fiends from actually attacking physically, but of course vice versa. The only way to deal with them is actually to use spells or just magic damage. Okay, this is a bit of a problem, even though we have like a couple of spellbreakers out for
A player's
Hawk.
forces are under
WC3
attack.
has
Is under siege.
has yet to lose control of this game. Alright, here we go with the fight. We are going to have a Stormbolt starting off against a Crippin, but he was, well, not only able to heal himself up with the Death Coil, but able to burn himself until he gets killed off. That's pretty depressing. I believe we have a Sentry Ward nearby, so any burrowing is pretty much pointless. We are going to have the Death Knight being focused by the Mountain King as a Stormbolt did land to his face, but the Death Knight does appear to live on. Do we have any destroyers coming out? I don't know. We did have more than 2 destroyers out, so I would assume that we would have destroyers very, very soon, but for now Hawk is trying to be a menace with his spellbreakers. He did lose one of them, which to get the Ledge level 3, the Death Knight level 5, but and the same thing for the Mountain King, able to get himself level 5. Dark Ranger comes out. Why on earth are you there? But it seems to work out well for WFZ, as the Scroll of Restoration was used at the perfect time. Without the Scroll of Restoration, I think the Dark Ranger would have been killed off like very, very mercilessly.
Town is under siege.
So yeah, that was a huge momentum swing, I would say, and despite having an army like consisting of spellbreakers, losing 2 of your heroes at the same time is just so bad. Tavern Revival will be done on the Mountain King. Will we have a Blood Mage returning? It doesn't seem like it. 1 destroyer is in the air. It will deal with the guard tower fairly nicely, and the Dark Ranger. What is the Dark Ranger there for? Most likely for the silences. And now it is going to be Black Arrows. So yeah, things might not end up too good for Hawk. He does still have like a lot of spellbreakers, but what good are they gonna do? And it doesn't seem like the Mountain King is gonna get killed off once again. Silenced and pretty much chased down by the Death Knight. 2-1 for WFZ. He will be going towards the semis. And yeah, WFZ. Hawk will be going back to the losers bracket. So there we go. There we have it. We will be watching the semis next. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. Oh wow, what's Froststorm doing there? Huh, too bad the game ended before this little guy actually did anything. Either way, that is that. I don't know when the next videos are gonna come out. I was pretty busy and did take quite a bit of a break, but let's not do that too regularly. I might cast another one tomorrow. Either way, I'll see you guys again next time. Take care.